Okay, hello everybody, and I know it has been a while since I've last recorded, or at least a video on this. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons, and I guess I'll just tell them while I'm doing this. So as you can see from the map, I haven't been as busy as one would expect. There is not as nearly as many X's as you would expect. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One of them, which being, hold up, let me just, man, I'm actually almost out of food. I'll just pop this. One of which being, my fuel has gone up significantly. I have been actually, speaking of which, I probably should get some more while I'm down here. Let's see here. I'll take some batteries and I'll use the rest in fuel. There we go, about 67 then. That'll work for a little while. Anyway, due to winter setting in, this actually has made it both a lot easier and a lot harder for me, transportation wise. It's made it harder because I now have to travel, on foot instead of going down the river like I always like to. But it's made it a little easier because I doesn't mean I have to use up vast amounts of fuel anymore when I'm using the boat. So yeah. Anyway, what have I been doing? Well, I've been mostly just doing a bit of a cycle of just looting the closest town to me, getting anything that's over encumbering, and dragging them down to one of the traders, selling all that, and then rinse and repeat until their trades reset, and then I do it all over again. So yeah, it's been a while. Now some people might be, "Oh, that doesn't excuse anything." Well, be quiet. I spent a week on break. Well, I wasn't really on break. I was also working on this. I have another project going on. I was at night. I was filming. And yeah, and one of my family members had a knee replacement, so I'm helping him as well. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, please be quiet. Oh boy. Of course. Let's see here. Of course. I still haven't come up with a name for my wolf. I really should, but I have been stalling in that front, so let's see here. Oh, another thing. I managed to get this baby, the Mosrum M9. Where did I find it? I'll show you in a second, but let's just show you how good this thing is. Well, I can I can one-shot a bear. A wounded one, but it's still a bear, so yeah. That's why I like this thing so much. It's rapid fire. And it only takes two pistol bullets, which is pretty good when pistol bullets are kind of the easiest thing to make at the trader. So yeah, I've also been leveling Corvus and the Wolf up. So yeah, and oh, dang it, I don't want to hit Corvus. No, shoot him with this. But yeah, I've been exploring. I've been getting all of the. Hold up, no. Man, this bear could easily one-shot Corvus. Um, okay, or he could just one-shot me. Mm. Okay, well, eat some shotgun blast. There we go. Anyway, actually, I'll just show you my stats. So my Corvus is almost level 45. The Wolf is already level 45, and I've been leveling up consistently with my strategy. I will show you that in a second. Let me just cut these both up, cause yeah, there we go. So to simplify it, I have been doing a lot of stuff on this game. The Halloween event has sadly ended, and while that was in swing, I was grinding all of the events to get because, ironically enough, um, the Halloween events gave off more experience than the actual missions and side quests. So that's what I was doing, and that's why I'm at level 51, and I haven't even gotten into Tavir and doing this whole thing. So yeah, let me see here. I will just show you all the stuff I got. Yes, I did get a car. That by itself is a long story that I really do not feel like going into. But yes, I do have one. It took me a lifetime to get it, and yes, it eats up so much freaking fuel. Yeah, I also have a handmade rifle, a bunch of shotgun shells. I barely have any assault ammo, which will become a problem sooner or later. Oh wait, wait a second. Translate all those into actual bullets. But yeah, I've just been stockpiling a lot of stuff. I still have a good amount. I found a couple AKs. I found this baby, the SVD or the VSD, if you or DayZ, which does 140 to 180, but that also is without the double damage to armor, so it could do up to about, I think, 420. I think. Yeah, I think, or something like that. And it only uses up 2 rifle ammo. I've been fighting some bees, some mutated bees, so that's been fun. And this is basically all the stuff. Yeah, I have been really busy. Some days I've just been just grinding like you would not believe how annoying it is to get a bunch of clean water or like a bunch of bone glue or a bunch of one item. So yeah, I've made some copper. That's how I made the car. Well, I didn't make it. But I did bring the parts for it. Oh, I think I need a chainsaw. Let me see here. Is this? Where is my generator? Okay, dang it. Now you might think, oh, you have. Let's see here. Almost, almost about 232,000 gasoline cans. And I say you're correct. Well, let's go off of this. This Volga, every 100 kilometers, it eats up 10 of that. And if its road speed is 100 kilometers, that's basically saying every second it eats up 10 liters of gasoline. Now, how far do you think it is to travel from Moscow to down here? Let's say about, I don't know, maybe 30. Yeah, you get the idea. Maybe a little less, but the point still stands. That's why I don't bring the car, and that's why I'm actually going off the. I went back to the bicycle because it doesn't use up any fuel, and it's actually very easy to repair. Which, again, I know is very ironic. The better stuff I have, the more I have to go back to the more boring items. But yeah, I also need to. I have some new perks, which I'll show in a second. But yeah. But yeah, again, to simplify it, I was unbelievably busy. Winter set in again, which, as I said already, was both a blessing and a curse. But at least I won't have to make a bunch of filters to make all my water. Because ironically enough, water has been the biggest issue with me. I'm kinda sad, like, this is a critique I'll probably do later, but, so the dugout, it used to have, on top of all of this, a rest bonus, i.e. what that means is, if I went to bed right now, I would have, like, it would reduce the amount of food and water I would lose, but I'd still get all the, energy left. Yeah, not anymore, which I kinda don't like, because I actually really like that. It made it worthwhile camping. But this, it just kind of stores food, which I mean is good, but also you get the idea. So yeah. Anyway, let me go back to this Mauser 9. I sadly can only repair it at the trader because it it requires a steel bar, which I do not have, and even if I did have, I would not use it on a pistol. So, yeah, now where did I find this? I found this, I believe, let me see, probably in Arzamaz, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but yeah. And since you can tell by some of these icons, I have been busy. I have been exploring a little bit, and I realized two things that are both impressive and very annoying. One is that I can't just, I don't know, go all the way to Kurgan and like level up and get all of that stuff because there's a skill block. I.e., I have to be like say level 70 to actually be able to trade with them and do their missions. Which again, kind of restricted me to just grinding out these 4 settlements, because and up until then I only could get to Voronezh, and then I could get to Kiev. However, the other issue is, since Moscow is my home base, I it's probably best if I just make up, like, if I'm ever going to be going there, I'm going to be spending my time there for like probably a year, just to like grind up all of their skills and XP and whatnot, because again, um because the levels, like how many it takes to trust you, is like I think 5 now. And each mission can give up to 20 XP. And if it's up to like 500, say, 500 XP by 20 means a lot of missions, and you only get to do 5 per like every like 5 hours. So yeah, and I've been doing that for 4 of these. So yeah, take that as you will. Yeah, so let me just see here. Anything else? Oh, I managed to get this thing from the Halloween event, which has been very helpful because, well, yeah, 100 kilograms, and it only eats up 1 food item, which, as I said, was very helpful. I mean, it not wearing it is 83, wearing it is 49. It pretty much speaks for itself on its usefulness. Let me think. Anything else? Hmm. I have a bunch of gas mask filters from that being my daily mail. So yeah, I don't have to buy those, which thank goodness, they cost so much. Batteries have been a big issue since they cost 1,000 rubles per battery, and my flashlight takes up 2, and I use 2 flashlights. So yeah. Hmm. Anything else? Oh, I have been fishing a lot. Where are my fish? Yeah. This is the amount of fish I have, and that's just without. So what I do is, I know I'll just show you because, well, these fish are kind of rotting. Go down here. So what I usually do is, so you didn't see this with a bear because I just didn't, because I was doing an example. But so say I kill a boar, I don't cut it up. I just leave it there, and after about 5 days, it rots, and the amount of rotting meat it gives me is actually more than if you butchered it. So if you just let it rot for 5 days and then come back, you would get more fish than if you used all of that, than all the butchering meat to fish if you butchered it, if that makes sense. So yeah, it gives you about 80, I think. Now all this other stuff, actually, yeah, you don't get any of this, but yeah. So the point still stands, and I just fish, and yeah, and sometimes I get other stuff like like wood, bicycle parts, tires, all that dumb stuff, cans, yeah. But yeah, it kind of evens it out. Now I'm not gonna fish the whole time, but yeah, dried fish has what's keeping me alive, and I suppose it's also contributed to my water issue. But to be fair, it only takes about 5 water, I think, maybe 10, so it shouldn't be that bad. But due to my, oh come on, well, all that meat just spoiled, so yeah, that's fun. Whatever. You get the idea. Probably should have set up my tents, but yeah, it was gonna spoil anyway. But yeah, so yeah, all this stuff. So once I'm done fishing, I'm just gonna turn it all into dried fish and then eat it, and then I'll just hunt again and do the process all over again. And that's how I've been eating. It's also been helpful for my pets because, as I said, well, actually, I've been leveling them up, and each time they go into battle, they come back hungry, and if they are damaged, they actually need more food to be satisfied if they haven't been healed. So yeah, and just turns out that Corvus and the wolf both likes dried fish. So yeah, this has been really helpful to keeping me alive, especially with the increasing amount of mutants that have been spawning around. Thankfully, there's been no mutant snakes. However, I have been dealing with harder hitting enemies, radioactive wolves. Those have been the biggest issue, and on the occasion, the radioactive bears, which, as I said, have been freaking annoying. I did spot something though up near Kiev, which, if I remember correctly, is both very huge and also very dangerous. But I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I'll just finish with this, and then I'll probably be done unless I have something else. Nope. Okay. But yeah, see, I already have like 97 fish already. Take this here, turn it all into some dried fish, and then boom, I'll give the rest to my pets. So yeah. Sure, it is a bit of a hassle on my kitchen knife, but I find a bunch of those while looting. So yeah, that's been what I've been doing. I've just been grinding because as I've been needing more skills, I've been needing more stuff, and yeah, uh, yeah. So I want to be able to get this. However, it has been, well, it's still a ways away, and I'm only 3,000 XP. I need 14,000 more XP. You can see why the Halloween events were so good. At the most, they gave 600, which while is no longer a lot, if I kept doing those, I could get at least like 5,000 XP per day, which adds up a lot. So yeah. But I also found out in Kiev that in Kiev is my precious ghillie suit, which is very useful. So yeah, I'm gonna be spending a lot of time up near Kiev. So yeah. And back to this black skull. I believe this is a nuclear reactor from what I saw on the map. And if I remember correctly, which I might not, I thought I was there about a year ago on another life. I believe there are 3 radioactive bears that made their hive there, or den, or whatever. And if that is the case, I'm gonna have to come with probably a nuke to destroy those. Because 3 radioactive bears. I don't think I need to explain how tough that's gonna be, even with my high amount of gear. Because, well, sure, I have good weapons. My armor is not that good. A bear could probably three hit this. And with there's 3 of them, they all need to hit me once. My pets are a bit better. However, Corvus, he is 1 hit, and my wolf is probably about 2 hit. So yeah, and not to mention they gain about 15. They gain 15 damage each time we attack them, and since we obviously can't really one-shot them, it's gonna be hard. So I need to keep leveling these guys up. I really want to get immobilize, and I wrote and plus dodge chance because which would basically negate Corvus's low health with his, I believe, is it 50 now? It'd be basically a coin flip on his dodge, I believe. So yeah. So yeah. Anything else? Not really. I can think of the whole. Well, everything I've been doing is basically just loot all the loot all the nearby towns and then go down to Tiver or the closest place, sell them, do their missions if they're worthwhile. They no longer are, and just rinse and repeat. These white flags, yeah, I'll come back to that later. And the only time I actually take the Volga out is if I have any like very heavy items like a piano, a TV, a bunch of chairs, and but I rarely take it out both because of how expensive it is. I mean, this is all the stuff I need to repair it once. And yeah, I mean, I only have 2 spark plugs left because the Volga took 8. So yeah, I'm just happy I saved up on all of the tape and used bone glue. See, this is why you save up on tape, everyone. Because look, it takes 15 per ones. Yeah. So what else has there been? Trying to think. There probably has been a lot of other stuff. I just can't think of it at the moment. Um, but anyway, I'll just continue going on. There probably is. I guess I said something else, but oh yeah, perks. Nope. These are the perks I have. I've been both very busy, but also made basically no progress at all in some cases. For example, I've got Strapping Lad 4, which makes my max HP about 70. Now you might ask if that's the case, why do I have 183? Well, funny thing I found out. So, say you go to sleep, you will just have 170 out of 170. But if you say, oh, I wouldn't know, put a healing salve on it, it would boost you up to about 195. So yeah, that's why I liked going into battle in 195. It's very useful. Other perks that are very useful. Max energy, of course. Poisoner, though I already think I got that. Pistol range, very useful. This has made my Mauser with it has given my Mauser the same range as my rifle, which is very useful. Butcher one, Sharp Eye, Scavenger, Lead Skin. This has been incredibly helpful with the amount of radiation I've been having to deal with. Grenade range, armor points. Some of these smaller ones like carry weight, gas mask durability, damage to animals. Damage to mutants. Ironically enough, it's the smaller stuff that's helpful. But I've been really hoping to get some of these ones because in battle it's just been so hard. Like it's been so tedious because I've only been able to get one starting action point. I've only been able to restore one, and my max is only +1. So, and I've been unlucky with all three of these. I've gotten so much good stuff to fight, but I've just been unable to I don't have the skill points to actually fight, if that makes sense, or like the action points or whatever. So yeah. Oh, and the final thing that's been a hint of annoyance. It's this. Now, this sounds like a good idea, right? Oh, tell Ingot I have all the materials I need. Well, here's the issue. I took this at Tula, and went back here just to do some stuff. But then when I checked again, it says I have all the items, and I completely forgot what items he needs. And he doesn't tell me. I looked up online, they're all out of date, trust me. So I have no clue. And I tried going there with, all of this stuff. Like a bunch of bricks, fire brick, let's see here, some metal plate, some scrap, all the works. Hasn't worked. So I do not know, and that's another gripe. Sure, I know I have all the materials. I just don't know what materials he has, and I can't just go back because it doesn't even say that. It doesn't even tell me what materials he wanted. So yeah, I kind of wish they kept that in because now I'll be able to know what materials he wants. So yeah. Some other things, I guess. Let me see here. Oh, I'll bring that later. Kiev. Yeah. So I do like these. I do like these little like these little information tidbits. However, I kind of wish they had more of like a how do I put this? More like presence on the story. Like I kind of wish if say I went to Tula, there was there was like a mission that was like related to this. I suppose I don't know if that fully makes sense, but yeah, I kind of wish there was like a story related to this, which would make going to each one of these more incentivizing than just I give a reward, let's go there. Oh, I have a reward, let's go there. If you get the idea. I am gonna probably be going to Vorenz, and I think my strategy is gonna be this. I think what I'll be doing is I'm gonna bring the materials to build a dugout to save all the food and radiation time. I have enough to make 6 currently, but yeah. So I'll bring those materials, and I'm just basically gonna set up shop. Like Moscow is gonna be my forever home base. However, with how far some of these places are, like Arzamars, Vorenz, Kiev, I'm obviously gonna have to set up shop there for a while as I grind out all of their skills, and it's not gonna be like here, or I can just like bit bop from each one. Like I just go from here, then ride down here, then go all the way up here. I can't do that anymore because of the distance. I mean, going down here by itself is going to take God knows how long. So I might as well just set up shop in one place, grind out all the skills, and get max trust, and then do the same for this, and then this. And then once I'm done, I'll actually start investing in like the stuff the crafting the repair guy has, or whatever his name is. So yeah. And I think that might be where I end this episode off. Oops, I know nothing has technically happened, but I feel like this has been a good video just to tell you what I've been doing in total because it's kind of useful to know. And what my plan is, I do think I will do my next mission, my next episode. It will be doing this. However, after that, I don't know. I might stay here. I might stay here and do Kaluga. I might loot all these smaller towns, though they might not even be worth it. Who knows? I might go all the way down to Yaroslavo and loot all these places. Again, who knows? It depends on the circumstances and if I think it'd be interesting. Because as I said, looting has been a good portion of this, and it's just been kind of boring because hauling back these heavy items make it so annoying. And even again, the Volga helps, but it uses up so much fuel. It doesn't really help. It becomes kind of a waste because the items I bring in, I basically have like a bottom line that I need to hit. I want to stay above 2,000 rubles, as you can see, which I suppose is kind of my own doing, but I still think it's smart to stay above that in the case. Anyway, it just kind of evens out. Like, I bring in, so say, like a television, but with the fuel I wasted, I use that money to go back in the gasoline, and it kind of just evens out the amount, which I don't really like. I want it to be above the amount, so yeah. Anyway, goodbye, everyone. See ya.